Steve Kim here. So excited. Steve Kim Show episode number 203. The much anticipated May stats are in, and as usual, I got your numbers and the stats as they pertain to the Toronto and GTA markets. Let's right into it. So back in Toronto in April of 2022, we had just over 3,000 sales against just over 4,700 active listings. Fast forward into May, we see sales drop and active listings increase, sales to just over 2,600 and active listings to just under 6,000. Well, New York region, what happened? Back of April 2022, we had just over 1,200 sales against just over 2,600 active listings. And again, we saw sales drop a little bit and active listings increase. Sales to 1,100 and active listings to just over 2,900. Now, months of inventory, this is a really important number to pay attention to. This is all about supply and demand, the balance and equilibrium in our market. And don't forget, a balanced market is where we see about 4 to 5 months of inventory. So in April 2022, across all housing types, we were hovering around 1.6 months of inventory. Fast forward into May, we see months of inventory go up as we see more supply hit the market and supply that is sitting on the market. And that number is around 2.2 months of inventory into May. In New York region, we went from 2.2 up to 2.7 months of inventory. So still very much in certain pockets of the GTA and Toronto, strong sellers market, but we are seeing signs of getting a little bit closer to a much more balanced market. Now, month over month price change. And again, this is across all housing types, detached, semi-detached, row homes, condo townhouses, etc. We are hovering around just over $1.2 million for the average property in Toronto. As we get into May 2022, we see it drop just a little bit to hovering just over around $1.233 million, which is about a 0.8% decrease month to month. And don't forget, we don't want to pay so much attention to what's happening month over month, but we should really pay attention to what's been happening year over year. Well, in New York region, that average property in April 2022 was hovering around $1.426 million. Fast forward into May, we see it drop just a little bit, now hovering around $1.369 million for that average property in New York region. And now this is the number to pay attention to, what's been happening year over year. That average property in Toronto back in May 2021 was hovering around $1.1 million. And like I shared with you right now, is now hovering around $1.233 million, which is about a 10.4% increase year over year. In New York region, what happened? We saw that average property in New York region back in May 2021 hovering around $1.292 million. Like I shared with you right now, that average property in New York region May 2022 is now hovering around $1.369 million, which is an increase around 5.9%. So what does this all signal? Well, the greater Toronto area housing market conditions continue to evolve in response to higher borrowing costs. Similar to April results, May 2022 sales were down on a monthly and annual basis. Conversely, active listings at the end of May were up on a month over month and year over year basis. More balanced market conditions have provided buyers with more negotiating power. As a result, while benchmark and average home prices were up substantially compared to last year, selling prices trended lower on a month over month basis. Now, market conditions remain tight enough to support an overall average selling price of just over $1.212 million for May 2022, representing an annual growth, again, across all of TREP, around 9.4%. Now, the MLS Home Price Index Composite benchmark was also up on a year-over-year basis of around 23.9%. On a month-over-month basis, both price metrics were lower. As always, if you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to send me a text, shoot me a DM, or an email. As always, be your kind one. Take care.